Hey folks, how you doing? Got a blade for you. I finished today. I wanted to do something for myself again. Had a little bit of time, so grab that thinner, longer, kind of like a tanto blade, and I think it came out pretty sweet. Now did the regular carbon fiber, the 2x2 twill from Blackside handle. This is not the really big handle. It is big, but it's not any like the double hand grip. It's just nice handle that still gives you option of regular close-up grip with the cutting edge right by your hand, or also back grip here for chopping. Did just a nice finger choil up front here, and then this is kind of like curved in. Yeah, you can see it here. You see that's kind of curved in, then here's a curved in. So this kind of fits two fingers, that one curve. Pinky comes behind here, and also in the back position you have that bulb on the end to secure the grip wheel well, and your index finger and this finger comes into this kind of like, let's call it a finger chow tool, the indentation. Came out pretty sweet. Used the the countersunk screws on the handle, nice and simple looking. And what I did was actually I did do the acid wash on the blade. I will try to do it on this. I just need to get the bigger container for the acid so I can fit these big blades there, because it does look cool, doesn't really add more traction. It's a little stronger, it's a little tougher than patina, and it does give a little darker look to it, which I actually do like on this, since it's not the regular actual physical coating on the blade like a paint what the manufacturers use. It does give it a really nice look. Only thing is, because I didn't have the container for it, I kinda had to just on a flat put the paper towels, soak the paper towels in the acid, and kinda do it that way. Side effect of that, even though on one side actually pretty cool, is that it's uneven. It looks even like this on the video, but if you look up close, let me focus it for you. You see that pattern that it left? You know how the paper towel isn't perfect even? So this is the pattern it left on one side, and this side actually is really cool looking. It kinda gives those speckles. They are not really different colors. You can actually feel them microscopically, in like a microscopic indentation in the steel, how the acid ate a little more on certain places than others. And I don't know about you, but I do think that this pattern is really cool. It is very unique, but on the other side it didn't come out as cool. You see it much more like different way, different pattern. On some spot is okay, but like not crazy about this. The thing is, it's so small, you don't really see this from distance, only when you look up close, like couple inches from your face, or when you have the glance of light at it. Won't affect the performance in any matter. Like I said, this side looks really cool, this side not so much. The main important thing is it has a decent geometry. It's nice and thin to begin with, so it's gonna cut well. The edge is not super thin. I didn't bring it so thin like other knives, so it kind of like rounds off a little bit. So for a little stronger, it's not the high performance knife. It's more like kind of like Machete. The design is, I would say, probably more of a kind of like a fighter, kind of like this blade, like CKC Persian. It's originally kind of like a fighting knife, kind of like a short sword, but it excels in the woods like a machete, like a nice narrow machete. Same goes for this. I mean, obviously, it's nice and sharp, razor sharp. It's very light. It's 16 ounces, and the overall length is 20 inches. So we have 20-inch long knife, short sword, whatever you want to call it. 14 inches, I think. Yeah, 14 inches, just right over 14 inches blade, and 16 ounces. So very lightweight, blade. Very nimble in the hand. Balance, what, about 2.5 inches from the finger, but obviously because it's such a light blade, it feels very light. You don't really feel that it's blade heavy. It is blade heavy, but because the mass is so small of the blade, the overall blade, it feels actually very nice and very nimble in the hand. Some might call it, like a birthday cake cutter. Some might call it katana, because of that kind of like a tanto tip. But I don't know. I don't even know what would I call it. I just had an idea in my head. Like, I thought it would look cool. It has kind of like the drop continuous slight drop on the blade, then the little belly on top coming to the tanto. Thought it was pretty interesting. And like I said, I think if no matter what you do, if the weight is balanced, distributed, you know, the right way, and the grind is appropriate for the work you wanna do with the knife, it's gonna pretty much cut no matter what the shape will be, the overall shape. I do like how it came out, the all black version. It is pretty sweet. Don't know if I'm gonna bother fixing that, whatever that acid wash. No, I'm gonna bother to try to fix it, you know, scrap it and do it nice, even in the hole, in like new canister. But for now, I'm gonna leave it. I'll go. Cannot wait to test this. Cannot wait to test these 01 steel blades, because I don't know. I'll see. Very curious how they're gonna compare to those real expensive steels that I've used in the past, like 3V, 154, S30V, S35V, and especially the 3V. Very curious to see how they will compare on the big chopping blades. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. Let me know what you think about the blade. I do like it. It is very similar to Persian. Very. Didn't even realize it until I actually, a couple minutes ago, I took the Persian off the wall and saw that they are very similar in all dimensions.